So we'll start our prep, and if you want to use your stick as a part of yours, you can do that. Just do a full body scan here. We'll start from the feet and we'll just work ourselves up. You can go at your own pace. You can keep your eyes open or you're welcome to close them. And do your best to use your breath to engage what's happening with that scan. Just seeking out where there might be tension that's hidden. Seeing if you can sweep that away with your breath as you exhale. And trying to bring in relaxation with every inhale. And again, just working up from your feet all the way to the top of your head. Doing it segmentally in a way that works for you. And if you find any areas that maybe seem to be a little resistant, go ahead and spend a little extra time there. We'll just be quiet here for a little extra time. Let you take care of that. Just take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them. And in the place that you have where you're at, we'll just start with walking slowly forward and backward, being mindful of the foot contact with the floor beneath you, feeling toe to heel contact as you move backward, and heel to toe contact as you're moving forward. Maybe being a little more deliberate in the pace, slowing yourself down in order to really feel that. Still standing tall, still breathing. And then as you're ready with each swing of the leg, we're just going to swing it out and around in an arcing pattern before we bring that in contact with the floor. Just trying to create a little more range through the hips as we do that. Again, standing tall, we're not adjusting our upper body to accommodate that leg swing. And finish whatever direction you're moving in. Give yourself a little space. We're going to go into single leg balance. And as we do that, whatever leg we're balancing on, we're going to reach to the knee with the opposite hand, come up, and then try to go a little bit lower to the shin, then the ankle, then the foot, and then the floor. Okay, so deliberately looking for good balance, so we're not rushing through this. Slowly trying to get a little bit closer to the floor each time. And if you've reached a point where it's just going to be too difficult, then just stay in the range that you feel confident and accomplished at. And keep repeating that process to that depth. Let's do one more. Then you can shake that out. Then we'll repeat that same process with the opposite arm and leg. Again, just starting to the depth of the knee first, and then proceeding from there. One more. Heel toe rockers next, so standing nice and tall. We're going to come all the way up onto our toes and then try to pull those toes up. Again, without disturbing the alignment of your upper body. If you need an object to kind of touch or hold on to a little bit for balance, you're welcome to use that. Really trying to engage through the front part of the legs as we pull those toes up. And as high onto our toes as we can. We want to really create good range of motion, especially through the great toe. Let's do one more. And then shake that out. Coming to the arms next, both arms together. We're going to raise them up in front, keeping the shoulders drawn down, especially as we get to that overhead position. Once we're overhead, we're going to pull back as far as we can. When we get as far back as we can, then we'll swing out and down, palms facing forward until we reach that bottom part. And then we'll rotate the arms so the hands are facing behind us as we swing back to the beginning. And then we'll reverse direction, again, pulling back as far as we can. Once we're at that point, now we'll rotate the arms so the palms are facing forward and we raise the arms up. Drawing those shoulders down as we raise the arms up and pull them back. Once in that overhead position, then bring them forward and down. Really trying to engage the area between the shoulder blades as we do this. One more time, coming forward. Keeping the head and neck in the same position. We're not disturbing the head position as we raise overhead or as we pull the hands back. And still breathing. As we get to that beginning point, that will reverse direction. Good. And we can shake everything loose again. We're going to pick one leg to balance on, and then we're going to hurdle walk with the other one. So we're just going to swing the knee up and around forward, almost touch the floor, and then bring it up and back. And then repeat that from forward to back, and then back to forward, or back front to back. One more time in each direction. And shake everything loose, and we'll repeat the same thing on the other side when you're ready. Again, we do want to make sure that we're able to balance as we do this. So we're trying to find that sweet spot where we can extend that range of motion of the legs that's moving while not overly compromising the balance leg. One more time in each direction. And both feet down. So we're going to do a single leg, straight leg hinge. So the same arm and leg are going to work together. So I'm going to take my right leg, bring that heel down, pull the toe back, then I'm going to swing the same arm down, and I'm going to hinge my body as far as I comfortably can, coming back up to that standing position. Then I'm going to switch to the other side, left heel down, pull the toe back, swinging that left arm underneath. The straighter I keep my back, the more I'm going to feel that stretch on the straight leg. And then just alternate from one leg to the other. Do one more on each leg. Very good. Okay, you can get a drink if you need it. We will begin on the floor. Have the option of using weights, handheld weights, so have them ready if you want to use those. Bring the camera down to ground level. We'll be doing a lot of bridging. So we're going to do a two-leg bridge to start. The knees will be bent. Heels are close to your hips. We're going to pull the toes up and then drive the heels down to bring the hips up. You can either hold that position or you can slowly lower the hips until almost touching and then come back up again. So it can be an up and down movement or a static hold up. Hands are on the floor right by your side. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Again, we're engaging through the back of the hips, in the butt. Probably feeling the hamstrings a little bit. As we drive those heels into the floor, the reaction force is to bring our hips up. Keep breathing no matter what you're doing, up and down or just holding that position. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and down. In that same bridge position, we're going to hold the up position as well as we can, and we're going to do a T-arm movement. So our arms will be up, facing towards the ceiling, and then we're going to let them swing out toward the floor and then back up again. So if you want to have weights in hand as you do that, you can. We'll start in about 5 seconds here. In 2, 1, and here we go. Hips up, and then begin that arm movement. A lot of stuff happening at the same time. Just do your best. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and down. So we're going to do a bridge again. We're going to have it be more affecting your hamstrings, the muscles behind your legs. So we're going to slide the heels away from your hips a little bit further. Again, the hands will be flat on the floor. And we're just going to gently raise up and down from this position. So we're still pulling our toes back, and we're going to drive our heels into the floor. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Gently up and down. With the legs being more extended, it takes the emphasis and places it more on the back of the thighs in the hamstring area. And if you're overly sensitive or you're feeling crampy, either slow your pace or adjust your foot position to alleviate some of that biting back there. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, and down. We're going to go to a full bridge again, and then with or without weights in your hands, instead of swinging out to the sides in the letter T, we're going to go overhead, making the letter I. So you can have weight in hands or empty hands. As we hold that bridge position, we're going to do the I arm swing, the letter I. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Bridge up, and then begin that arm movement with or without weight. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. As we hold the bridge position this time, we're going to do a flutter. So again, if you want weights in hands, you can have them, or you can go empty-handed. One arm is going to swing overhead like we just did. The other arm is going to go flat down by the palm will lie flat on the floor by your hip. And then we're just going to exchange the arm position. So we're kind of fluttering the arms, all right? Going to do that with the hips up in the bridge position. We'll start in 5 seconds with or without weight. In 2, 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We'll make the letter X next. So arms are going to be up, and then we're going to let them come down to the floor at opposite diagonals. And when we come up, then we'll reverse the diagonal direction. So alternating diagonal direction, making the letter X with our arms as we hold the bridge position. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Palms will pretty much stay up, facing towards the ceiling as you let your arms lower towards the floor. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and down. And the last movement will be making the letter Y. With or without weights, we're doing Y arms, holding that bridge position. So the arms will come up and out at about a 45-degree angle away from your head. Palms will be facing up the whole time. Start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And find your way back up to your feet. So we'll work leg emphasis next. Again, weight is always an option. You can go weightless, meaning no weight in your hands. Not talking about zero gravity. Starting with alternating backward lunge. So it's just a light back touch, keeping the weight on that front leg up, and then switching to the other leg. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Coming to a full stand after each lunge. Go at a pace that works for you. You can go at a faster pace if you'd like, as long as you're using full range of motion. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to squat next. Just a simple sit and stand, keeping the upper body as tall as you can. Starting in 5 seconds, engaging the hips as we sit down. 2, 1, and here we go. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Alternating forward lunges next. So we're going to step forward, making that step extra long if we can, and then alternating legs. We'll begin in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Job. So we're going to squat like we did before, but each time after we come up from the squat, we're going to stand tall in single leg balance. And then we'll alternate legs with that. Again, go as fast as you'd like, as long as you're pausing to prove balance each time you come into that standing position. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Good save, Amy. Been there, done that many times. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to that backward lunge. But as we do a backward lunge or step back, instead of stepping straight back, I'm stepping back at a diagonal at about 45 degrees. But again, it's just a light touch with that foot step. So we'll start in 5 seconds, with or without weight in your hands, your choice. In 2, 1, here we go. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do a pulse squat next, so with or without weight. Essentially, we're just shortening the range of motion. So we're just going to gently go up and down. Not full range of motion. either in the down position or the up position. So we're just kind of floating or hovering or pulsing. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Not too tall, not too low. Staying in that little sweet spot, not letting your muscles get a break at either end of that range of motion. Keeping constant tension. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating crossover lunges next. So the crossover foot is in front. Again, we're going to try and keep the shoulders, hips, knees, and toes pointing straight ahead as we do our lunge. Alternating feet each time. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Dropping those hips down as well as you can. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And last movement in this group is going to be a shift squat. So we're going to go low, hold a low position as well as you can, and then we're just going to gently shift our weight from right to left. Starting in 5 seconds. Find your low position. 2, 1, and here we go. Shifting from side to side. Keeping the butt low, keeping the body tall. Try to keep your vision straight ahead. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. The next grouping, you'll need your handheld weights and your stick. So the idea of this is we're going to contrast movements where you feel resistance, and then we're going to try to use mobility with the same type of movement pattern, okay? It'll become obvious once we get started. So we'll start with a weight in hand first. Arms will be overhead or at collarbone height, and we're going to do circular patterns with our body, okay? We'll start in 5 seconds. Find your arm position. 2, 1, and here we go. Rotating with the body. Experimenting with different points where you transition or you change your direction. Inhale and exhale with your movement. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down, grabbing our stick. Same thing. Same movement, just holding the stick, trying to extend our range of motion with less weight in hand. We'll start in 5 seconds. Find your position for your arms and your hands on your stick. 2, 1, and here we go. Five more seconds. 2, 1. Sticks off to the side. With weight in hand, we're going to go from this position here into this position here. So I'm either making the letter V or the letter Y if you consider my whole body. Empty-handed or with weights, preferably with a little weight in hand. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Slow is smooth, smooth will become fast. Good 3 points of contact position with your spine. We're not disturbing that alignment to move our arms. Keeping the shoulders drawn down as we raise the arms up. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Trading the weights for that stick. Again, try to go wide with the stick grip. From the upper body, the belly button up, we're going to be doing this. And we're going to try to expand that range of motion, but we're going to add a step forward each time we do that. So alternating step forward and then open those shoulders up. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Again, you can adjust the width of your hands as you go through this process. Just kind of feel your way through it. Five more seconds. 2, 1. Sticks down. Weight in hand for side lean. You can hold a single weight with both hands or a weight in each hand. Side lean starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Just leaning with the body. We're not swinging our arms. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down, grabbing our sticks. Same exact movement. Again, you can play with where you want your hand position on the stick, but we're just leaning with the body. Starting in 5 seconds. Shoulders down, 2, 1, and here we go. Test that range of motion with your body. Keep the feet flat, flat, flat on the floor. Leaning side to side. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And one last grouping. You can hold a single weight and keep it at collarbone height with 2 hands, or you can have a weight in each hand with the arms extended out, and we're going to just twist. So we're pivoting with our feet. We're getting our whole body to rotate in both directions. We'll start that in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Looking behind you, trying to get your whole body to turn by keeping your feet loose on the floor. Keep the shoulders from shrugging as we have them extended out. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. One more time with the stick. I'm going to do that same twist concept, but we're going to sidestep. So I'm going to step side to side, and I'm going to twist in the direction of my step. Now, as I do this, if I want, I can come into single leg balance, or I can just keep both feet down and continue with that pivot. All right. I'll make sure you're stepping to the right and to the left. I'll give you a side view here. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Use your eyes to help your body turn. Looking for something behind you. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. One more grouping to go. And we're going to start with the diagonal chop. With 2 hands, I'm going to go high right to low left. As high as I can to my right, as low as I can to my left. It's going to involve some twisting. So there's some foot pivoting. So you want to keep your feet loose as we do this. High right to low left, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Got to bend the hips, the knees, and the ankles to get ourselves low to the floor and then fully extend to reach over the top. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. A weight in each hand. From the belly button up, this is the movement. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to go up, we're going to sidestep and swing, up, sidestep to the other side and swing. If you want to be in single leg balance with that swing down, you can do that. Otherwise, just a light touch with the opposite foot. Starting in 5 seconds, pick your direction. 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and back to a single weight in 2 hands. Diagonal chop again, high to the left, low to the right this time. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Look in the direction that you're swinging. That'll get your body to participate more fully in the whole range of motion. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the side step with the Nordic pulling swing. We'll start in 5 seconds. Pick your direction. 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing that single weight again, we're going to chop. So just in the line of your body, the midline of your body, swing high up, sit down, and swing low between your legs. It's a glorified squat, but we're swinging with the arms, so be gentle with this. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Remember, we're sitting down at the bottom. We're not just bending at the waist. Body stays straight. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to weights in each hand if you want. Side step with Nordic pull swing. You can go empty-handed with this if you'd like. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last one with the single weight diagonal chop. So I'll always start and end in the overhead position. I'm going to alternate swinging down to the right and then to the left. Always coming up to the top over the head. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Swing outside the right leg and then outside the left leg. Always coming up over the head each time. Again, we need to be light with the feet, especially as we come down. Bend the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Let that backside foot pivot a little bit to allow your hips to be loose. Ten more seconds. 2, 1. And last time with the side step and Nordic pulling. Pick your direction you're going to start and then just alternate from there. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 2, 1. Weights to the side. Grab a drink if you want it. Hit your breath. Shake it out a little bit. With the left hand, we're going to grab our right wrist and pull that arm down. Then we will tilt our head to our left. Again, you can just kind of pulse your legs a little bit if you need to keep the blood moving. Shift your weight side to side a little bit if you need to. Or just keep walking around if you need to before you come back with us. Head back to neutral. Shake out the arms. Grabbing the left wrist with the right hand this time, pulling that down, and then tilting your head to your right. Head back to neutral. Release the arm. Shake it loose. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back. Pull those hands down and then pull the shoulders back, opening up the front part of the shoulders and the chest. We're pulling down and back. We're not craning our necks forward though. We're keeping good 3 points of contact. Still able to breathe in this position. And then relax the shoulders, relax the grip, shake it loose. Arms out to the side, then we're going to give ourselves a big hug with the right arm crossed over the left. Really trying to grab around our shoulders as much as we can. Then we're going to tuck our chin in, hunch our back, and then tuck our tail in. We're rounding everything out through our spine. Bending a little bit in the knees to accommodate that pelvic tilt. Still able to breathe. And then gently coming up out of that, starting with the tailbone, then the spine, and then releasing the arms. Shake it loose. We're going to repeat that process, arms out, this time left arm over right. Get yourself configured, then same process. Tuck the chin in, round the back, and then tuck the tail. Allow the knees to bend. Making ourselves as rounded in the back as we can. And then releasing the tailbone, straightening the back, undo the neck, and release the arms. And with a big reach, deep inhale, big exhale, extend those arms out as far as you can from one another. Finish that exhale when your arms are all the way down. And we will call that one done and in the books. Good job.